So how many of you have seen those ads pop up while you're scrolling on your phone and it says start a side hustle today and earn an extra $30 a day, extra $100 a day. I've even seen some that says earn an extra $1,000 a day, which seems insane to me, but so we get curious and then we click on the button just to see what it is, and then we realize that a lot of times a lot of the information on there is not accurate, or they're really just trying to sell you something, of course, that you can buy from them, and that's how they make $100 a day, right? They make it off of the pain of other people. And what I want to do is today I want to show you that I don't have anything to sell you, but I have recently started two businesses, two side hustles, and I want to talk a little bit about the process of how to go about selecting these side hustles, because I was able to start these side hustles for under $1,000. And I want to show you guys my thought process on how I decided to select which ones I wanted to do and how I build these businesses up. So if you were deciding to start a side hustle, this video will be very beneficial for you, especially if you're new to this and you haven't started one before. I'm going to share with you all the mistakes and all the lessons that I've learned over the time, and hopefully you gain some experience. And my hope is that you gain some knowledge that when you start, you won't make all the same mistakes that I did. So let's go straight to the whiteboard and talk about how to pick the side hustles. And I have 4 side hustles that I'm going to reveal to you that I think would be the best in today's market for starting under $1,000, especially if we are average income earners and we don't have a lot of money. If we're making $15 to $25 an hour, we don't have a lot of money to start side hustles. So we have to consider how to start it with less than $1,000. So the first thing that we need to focus on is we need to master a primary skill set. When you think about businesses, all businesses are is solving problems in exchange for money. That's literally all it is. If you think about, if you're hungry and you don't want to make food, what do? You go to a restaurant that solves your problem. Let's say that your car breaks down and you call a AAA mechanic, right? You pay them to get your car put into the service center, right? So they're solving a problem. That's all businesses is solving a specific problem. So what we need to focus on is we need to solve major problems, right? And I call these solving problems in evergreen industries. So these are situations where these problems, regardless of what happens in the market or the economy, will still be here until the end of time. Regardless of AI or whatever is going to come up in terms of technology, these industries will be very hard to disrupt. So I selected 3 industries that you can decide to start a side hustle in, and that is anything dealing with finance or making or saving people time and or money. Then we have health and wellness, and then we have building relationships. So these 3 industries I think will be here forever. They're very hard to disrupt. The side hustle that I started with this YouTube channel is teaching people velocity banking. So we're saving people money. We're also saving people time by helping them establish freedom by creating a dividend income portfolio. So we're teaching financial freedom here. Financial freedom. So that's the one I selected, but there are a ton. As you guys know, there's a ton of fitness influencers in the space, but you can select a specific niche. You don't have to just do all health and wellness. I know there's a very popular YouTubers talking about flexibility and mobility training. There's ones talking about nutrition and diet plans. So you have to find what you have an initial skill set in, and you have to master that. So if you want to become a bodybuilder or some type of personal fit training coach, then you have to master that skill. You can't just be average in this marketplace. You have to take the time to put in the effort to become in the top 10% at least in your field. So master a skill set, pick one. Doesn't matter what you pick, you can always switch over time, but you want to pick something that you already at least have an initial understanding of. Dive deep into that and build your skill set over time. Cool. So once we master the skill set, we need to then acquire capital. And a lot of people think capital is just money, right? But the way I think about it is that there's several different types of capital that we need to acquire before we start this business. So again, there is financial capital, which is the money, but we are going to start this business with less than $1,000, right? So we do velocity banking, we have a little bit of cash flow. We can pull out $1,000 to start this business or less than that. So that's taken care of, right? Then the next form of capital we are going to need is relationship capital, right? We need clients, right? People who buy from us. We need business relationships or business partners. So let's say that you're running a health and wellness, let's say a personal training business. You might need a nutritionist on your team that you can refer people to. You might need somebody who can get people discounts on supplements. So you have a wide network that can help assist you in your business and make it more valuable to people. So you need business partners, right, to multiply value. Right? And then maybe you just need mentors, right? People can give you business advice, especially when you're having a hard time and a bottleneck in your current situation you want to solve but don't know how to solve it. That's when you get a mentor, right? So that deals with all the relationship capital. Then we need intellectual capital, right? And this is knowledge and wisdom. So what do we need knowledge and wisdom in? Obviously, our primary skill set. So primary skill, we need knowledge in. So we can do this by either hiring a mentor, taking courses, reading books, classes, seminars, any way you want to invest into yourself. That is how you build your intellectual capital. So for me, all these put together equal business profits. When you have your intellectual capital, your relationship capital, and your financial capital in order, that's how you create business profit, right? And this is something that takes a little bit of time to get started and build up, but once you do it, you get the ball rolling and you start to earn income from your side hustles. And then the last thing we look at is the guidelines, right? So for me, I want to build a freedom lifestyle business, right? I want to be able to travel the world and control my own time. So there are certain guidelines that we need to follow in order to build a freedom lifestyle business. So what are the guidelines? The first one is that there needs to be a medium barrier to entry into the market. And what do I mean by that? That means that it can't just be easy for everybody to do what you are planning to do, right? So right now, I think the personal trainer online business is a very saturated business. It's actually very easy to get into. All you need to do is be in shape, which is somewhat difficult, but with all the information out there, it's going to be a very, very saturated market to penetrate and to make specific income, especially if you're not in the top 10%. If you're in the top 10%, cool, you'll do amazing, but it's a very saturated market. That's why focus on niches. Niches have a very medium barrier to entry. They're very specific. You can niche down onto it. So that's what I would say. Focus on a niche, especially if you're starting out. You don't want to be a generalist. You want to focus on a niche. The next thing you need to be able to do is to work from anywhere in the world. So with YouTube, I can literally work from anywhere in the world. I just need to bring my camera, my tripod, and my knowledge and myself. Unfortunately, I won't have the whiteboard, but anywhere else I can go and record a video. Also, for my production company, when I'm editing, I can literally do that from anywhere. I just need a laptop and Wi-Fi connection, and I'm able to work from anywhere in the world. So you need to map this out for yourself. If you're trying to help people build relationships as a coach, you can literally just work from anywhere in the world and have coaching sessions on your laptop and just essentially over Zoom help people solve their problems. Again, remember, business is just solving problems in exchange for money. So, right, we need to be able to work from anywhere in the world. And then last, we need well-established business frameworks. So this, if there are people who can coach you on this or mentor you on this, then it's a great business to get into because there are already established frameworks. You don't want to be the first person to start something and not know if it's going to work or not. You want repeatable systems that have worked and been proven to work over time, right? So cool. We got our guidelines, we mastered our skill set, we acquired our capital, we have our guidelines, and now it's time to decide what side hustles we should choose. So I have selected 4 side hustles that I think in this current market will be beneficial to start. And I'm going to link people who you can watch and begin to go down this path of side hustle if you decide to start that journey. So the first side hustle obviously is YouTube. This one, anybody can literally get started. I mean, you can record videos on your phone and it'll be high quality, and you can edit on your phone with free software. You don't really have to put a lot of effort into it initially. Over time, if you want to become a paid YouTuber and become monetized, you might have to put a little bit more effort. But to get started, you can literally start with your phone and any sort of topic that you want to, and again, master your skill set. So if you have something that you want to focus on, that would be what your YouTube channel would be about. So again, my YouTube channel, personal finance, financial freedom, and you have to decide what you want your channel to be about. The next one we are going to talk about is becoming a coach or consultant. Right? And this is where you want to use that skill that you mastered. So if you are a personal trainer, you want to be in that top 10% of personal trainers, and then you can begin to leverage your knowledge, your skills of personal training and coach people or give them consulting advice and things of that nature. And you can see that if you begin to start your personal training business and you're able to charge people, let's say $100 a month for, let's say, 15 sessions. If you were to get, let's say, 20 clients, right? That's $2,000 a month right there. So you can begin to see that it's not that hard to at least begin to build some sort of side hustle and get really good income coming in as a coach and consultant. And you can even stack this on top of YouTube, right? So $2,000 a month doesn't sound like a lot, but when you stack it with YouTube, if you begin to monetize that as a personal trainer, and you can see where the money begins to stack up there. Then we'll go to the third side hustle that I think is very beneficial for 2024 if you want to start. It's high ticket closing. Right, and I've actually been turned on to this recently by a mentor of mine who is a trainer of high ticket closing, and he does a lot of sales work, and I'll have a link to his YouTube channel so you guys can check it out if you are interested in becoming a high ticket closer. But essentially what you're doing as a high ticket closer is you're finding companies or people who sell very high ticket items, and you're helping them close deals on people who are already in their funnels, right? So if you can find somebody who's offering coaching services for $10,000 or even $20,000, and you can help close clients for them, they'll give you a little commission here and there, maybe $1,000. Let's say you close a $20,000 service for that business, and they give you a commission of $1,000, right? If you were just close 5 deals a month, that'd be $5K right there. So high ticket closing is probably one of the easiest ways to make high income, but it's probably one of the hardest and most difficult things to learn, because sales is not easy. You have to overcome objections and your own fear in order to become a high ticket closer. But if you are interested in becoming a high ticket closer, I highly recommend you check out my guy's Tim YouTube channel and see if that would be something you would be interested in. And then the last side hustle we're going to talk about is service-based side hustles. Service-based. So with service-based businesses, this is essentially exchanging your time and effort for money. So service-based business could be a lawn mowing service, a window washing service, cleaning service, video editing, video production service. So anything that you can provide a service of that does require time or effort is a service-based business, and I do this with video editing. I am planning on becoming a video editor, and I'm hoping that I would be able to get a couple of clients, and I charge them a retainer fee monthly of $1,000. So again, if I get someone who's willing to pay me $1,000 to save them some time on editing videos per month, and if I was to get 5 clients, again with the relationship capital, 5 clients, then that's $5K a month, right? So hopefully you guys get a better understanding of how to select a side hustle and how you can actually earn real money, not just this weird earn $30 a day by doing this thing and clicking this button. No, we don't do that. We focus on tangible, practical examples that we can do on this channel. And remember, I don't have anything to sell you. I'm not going to give you a course at the end of this. This is just what I've learned from starting 2 businesses in the past year, and my experiences and the failures that I've had in the past. So my wish is that if you decide to start a side hustle, you take these things into consideration, building that primary skill set, following the guidelines, and then building up your capital. And once you do these things, you realize that business is actually very easy. You just have to stay consistent over time, keep pumping out content, and you will see the rewards. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day.